President Biden catching a lot of attention for abruptly walking off the stage at a Medal of Honor ceremony this week. This as Vietnam War helicopter pilot, retired U.S. Army Captain Larry L. Taylor was still wiping tears from his face. But the White House is calling it a COVID safety measure.
For a brief time afterwards, he also didn't have his mask on, as you just laid out, and he left as planned, as it was planned. He left when there was a pause in the program in order to minimize his close contact with attendees who are about to participate in a reception.
Jimmy Failla, host of Fox Across America on Fox News Radio, Fox Station. Jimmy, it was all part of the plan.
Oh,
this wasn't wandering old Joe at all.
No, let's be clear. The most shocking part of that is that he went the right way. Okay. He could have walked back and forth for 5 minutes. I mean, let's be real here. They are so relieved he didn't put that medal on himself. You know how many times they had to tell him that backstage? But, like, shame on them. They should just own it for what it was. Because, number one, if he was worried about exposing people, he wouldn't have exposed people. Okay, they showed up, they took off the mask. They had already been exposed. Never mind that he shouldn't be wearing a mask anyway. It's all just theater at that point. But the whole scam of this, okay, is they keep asking us again and again to lean in as if it's normal to be having these conversations about a president. As if, oh, no, presidents left all the time. I remember the time JFK said, ask not what you can do for your, I gotta go. You know, this isn't normal. This isn't normal.
Well, I mean, President Biden, he joked about not wearing a mask. But before we play the soundbite, I think the White House, I don't think they want to talk about him having to wear a mask, if you may be quite honest. But let's listen to this and talk about it.
I'm explaining to the press, I've been tested again today. I'm clear across the board. But they keep telling me because this has to be 10 days or something, I got to keep wearing it. But don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
See?
You buying it?
Nah, the whole thing's a scam. I mean, he's probably only wearing the mask because they don't want him sniffing people. It's there as like a deterrent. But really quick, Todd, this is for you. They're Billy Madison the president. Okay, in the movie Billy Madison, Adam Sandler feels bad for the little kid who pees his pants, so he tries to make it look like a normal thing. He goes, oh, you pee your pants? I pee my pants all the time. That's what we're doing for a president now. Oh, you wander out in the middle of a ceremony? No, that's normal. We wander out in the middle of a ceremony all the time. You can pretend it's normal here, but the people watching on the other side of the world, like our enemies, they know it's not normal. Okay, they're not sitting here going, no, they planned that. Mid-applause while the guy's crying. That's when you walk out. Everybody knows.
But, Jimmy, the alternative is one Vice President Kamala Harris, who we needed to explain how the succession plans take over when, Biden leaves or something. Watch.
Joe Biden's going to be fine. But let us also understand that every vice president understands that when they take the oath, that they must be very clear about the responsibility they may have to take over the job of being president. I am no different.
She then went on to sing, it's just a bill, just a regular bill. But seriously, though, Gavin Newsom walked around the White House last July like he owned the place. Yeah. That comment from Kamala, you didn't see the Kamala cackle. Yeah. Is this her measuring the curtains moment?
100% that's there in her head. You can't forget how opportunistic she is, okay? As a opponent on the campaign trail, she said he was racist for his support of segregated busing. She said she believed a sexual assault accuser. Then he said, how'd you like to be VP? She's like, I'm here. I'm outside the building. Where do I go? Okay. The minute she saw that opportunity, she stepped in. So there's no doubt, okay, that she kind of has a sense for the vibe in Washington in that his presidency could be headed off to that big ice cream shop in the sky. So could Kamala step in? Yes. And stepping in is when you step and you go in and you're now inside a new role because you've stepped into it, to put it in Kamala's speech.
Yeah, I mean, when 77% of Americans and 69% of Democrats think that Biden is too old, it makes you wonder why in the world we are even entertaining the idea that he is going to run for re-election. It baffles me.
It shouldn't be going on. I mean, even as a comedy writer, it's exhausting.
Speaking of entertaining and speaking of comedy.
Oh, come on.
You can see Jimmy Failla live. Whoa. Tickets on sale now for your Fox Nation stand-up special, American Privilege. That is happening October 13th at the Paramount in Huntington. That's in New York. It says, thank you, Jimmy Failla. So that's what I will do.
Jimbo? You're welcome, America.
Thanks,
it's going to be a hot one.
It was good seeing you.
Awesome.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.